So if you clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to raise your engagement. And I don't blame you. Engagement has to do with a lot of things nowadays, not even because you just personally want it, but a lot of people literally need higher engagement. If you're in a career or you're in a spot where people are looking at your account, looking at your engagement, if you require high engagement to land brand deals, high engagement to land roles, or whatever it is that you need to do, you don't really have a choice. On this video, I'm going to give you guys the one way to truly raise your engagement. And my name is Anthony. I run an Instagram marketing agency and also run a 1 million follower network on Instagram. And I make videos like this to help you take your Instagram account from 0 to hero. So make sure you subscribe because this is the Instagram Hub. Alright guys, so let's sit back and let's talk about this. The one way to truly raise your engagement. Now, most people, when they're looking for ways to raise their engagement, what they're trying to do is they're trying to look for a hack or something to put in, right? Like you're probably coming to this video and you're looking for, hey, what's that thing that I need to put into my bio to raise my engagement? Do I put in a certain location? Is there a certain set of hashtags? Is there anything like that? And I want to say, yeah, there are things like that, right? There are engagement hacks, just like there's follower hacks. There's all these different hacks, tips, tricks that you can do to go ahead and quickly raise the engagement. But none of those hacks really work that well. And this is why you see a lot of Instagram pages fizzle out, or they kind of get some traction, but they never really do. And especially when we're talking about personal brands here. Nobody ever talks about the one real way to raise your engagement without hacks, without tips. What's the one thing that you actually physically need to do? And I've been testing with this because I didn't know this forever. This is even a little new to me. I've been testing with it on my Instagram pages. I've been testing with it even right here on this YouTube channel. I've been testing it over all my social media and it's been working. So you can use this for not only Instagram, but anything, but works exceptionally well with Instagram. If you want to raise your engagement on Instagram, you have to make your followers more loyal. Okay? It's really that simple. That is the best way to go ahead and raise your engagement. Now you're probably thinking, okay, that makes sense, but how do you just make somebody more loyal? And those are the same questions that I've had, because I'll be honest, this is also pretty new to me, right? It kind of sounded like common sense, but I never really thought about how am I actually going to implement it. Well, if you think about it like this, if your followers are loyal to you, if they genuinely, oh man, where's that coming from? See, making your followers more loyal to you is a great thing, because if your followers are loyal to you, they like your posts no matter what. They click your links no matter what. They share your posts no matter what. If you ask them for a favor, you ask them to go and fill out a form, you ask them to share something, you ask anything of them, they go ahead and do that. There's always that small handful, and if you can continually grow that small handful into a small tribe that then goes into a huge army of people that are just loyal to you, your content, what you represent, that is the best way to raise your engagement. There is no hashtag set you could use. There is no location that you could use. There is nothing that you could use to raise your engagement like having a really loyal, crafted audience. So how do you do this? Well, what I've been doing is I've been simply letting people see more of me, right? I've been doing this on my Instagram stories. I'm doing more stories per day. I'm taking people kind of into my day-to-day life, just showing them what I'm working on, just showing them, getting on there and talking to them. If I have something in my head that I'm like, hey, this could probably help a few people, I'm just getting on my story, I'm gonna start talking about it. Anything like that. And what that does is people are now seeing how you live. And when you do that type of stuff, people are then relating to you in different ways. So if I get on my Instagram story and I go ahead and I just say my thoughts, maybe it's like a motivational thought, or maybe it's just something that I just thought up, whether it be about Instagram business or even anything else, right? There are people within your audience that are going to relate to you on those other subjects. So for example, you're watching this video, we're all here to grow our Instagrams, but if I went ahead and I made an Instagram story post and it was like me at the gym, I know I got a lot of fitness people here, I know I got a lot of personal trainers watching me, I'd be like, oh, Anthony works out too? Okay, cool. They're finding things in common with you, right? Now, if I go ahead and I made an Instagram story saying book of the day, which I actually just did, and other people have read that book, now they feel like they know you more, they can relate to you more, and they're saying, oh, Anthony reads that book too? Like, I've read that book before. Okay, we're kind of similar. When people feel like they're kind of like you, the truth is that people just like other people who are kind of like them. You know what I mean? If you are, in a social setting and you walk in there and you see somebody who kind of dresses like you, kind of talks like you, kind of walks like you, naturally you just kind of like them. If you see somebody who's your complete opposite, you kind of have your guards up, right? It's the same thing on Instagram. It's the same thing on any social platform, and you're just giving people more opportunity to find ways of how they connect with you. So you want a surefire way to raise your engagement? Make your followers more loyal. Show them some of your personal stuff. Take them into your life a little bit. Give them things that they can relate to you by. 2 things that I did, if you guys want 2 examples, I started posting books of the day on my Instagram, and I started going ahead and just taking a picture when I'm at the gym. I got people who are into fitness asking me what my lifts are, asking me everything like that. I got people who've read the same book asking me books, and what I realized is I've turned my followers from followers into friendships. Do the same thing. If you think you have interests that are weird, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that follow you that are gonna be interested in that. You're gonna build that. You're gonna build that loyal audience. Your engagement's gonna be raised. They're gonna go to bat for you. One thing that I see, one way to tell you have a really good loyal audience is if you have like a hater on your page or they're like talking smack about you and you have your own audience going in there to defend you or go to bat for you, that's a good sign they have a really loyal audience. And if your audience isn't doing that, that's a good sign that you need to start going ahead and making them loyal, okay? So if you found this video valuable, go ahead and drop it a like and leave a comment down below. And again, if you thought that this was valuable, you should see the masterclass that we just put on. I go over way more than I ever could on any YouTube video. It's like an hour to 2 hours of straight up Instagram training, no BS, nothing like that. I'll leave it linked in the description. I highly urge all of you to go ahead and check it out. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and close up this video. So I'll see you all on the next one.